Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. So we're about to get started doing our Crypto 101 today, of course. Like always. Trying to get this. I know they probably like, you just a shaking the thing. I'm sorry. I'm attempting to get this done. Because I want people to share, I'm doing the same thing. Welcome you so much. I appreciate you, Cecilia. I see you, Charles. I see you, Nancy. What's up? Hey. What's going on, y'all? Welcome, Mania. Go ahead, y'all, as you're coming on, especially on TT. If you have been here before, you know the drill. We tap real quick. We grab our heart me's, right? We tap, and then we also share with 10 people at a bare minimum. If you have been on any of my lives before, if you have not been on any of my lives before, I know you need to get to know me, so that's cool. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, of course, grab your heart me so I know you're a real person. But two, okay, hit the share button and hit repost, okay, because that still sends it out. And then that helps me to be able to reach more people with this algorithm. All right. And then, of course, on YT, I appreciate you. Okay. If you have not shared yet, go ahead and share this live stream with a few people that you know have questions about crypto, especially for my people. Welcome, Linda. Especially for my people. I see you, B. Welcome, JD. Especially for my people who sit here and they may have had the thought process of, I see you, Jan, where they're like, I don't know that crypto stuff. I mean, like, how does that really work in my everyday life? Okay, listen. We're about to talk about that tonight. We're about to talk about how crypto impacts our life on a daily basis. I see you, user 606. Welcome, Chef George. Okay, so as you're coming in, go ahead and make sure you tap real quick. Tap up the screen, tap it up. Okay, and then if you have been here before, share, because sharing is caring. Okay, and I want to make sure that we get to as many people as we can. Okay, so that way we can help some folks out. All right, so I'm sending this to, I'm doing it too. Okay, so I'm not asking y'all to do something that I'm not doing. I'm pressing the buttons as well. Okay, I'm trying, at least I'm attempting to do that. There's a few people that I know are always here, that's super supportive. Okay, there we go. Cool. So I see you, RC95. Welcome. I see you back, Jam. Welcome. I see you. Okay. Yes. All right. So tonight, what we're talking about. Hey, cuz. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, Kimberly. So yeah, welcome, Angela. I see you. So yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. How crypto fits into our everyday life. Like, what is it that we're seeing that says, okay, this definitely has crypto written all over it. Okay. So before I get started, y'all, friendly reminder, I am not a financial advisor. I got to make sure I put that out there. Although I'm working on it, y'all, I'm not there yet. I'm not licensed yet. Okay. So anytime I share anything on here, welcome, Rick. Anytime I share anything on here, this is strictly for educational purposes only. It is to help raise your awareness. So that way, you know, welcome, Petra. I see you. Welcome back. So that way you know what is actually available to you as an investor. Whether you decide to move forward with it or not is your decision, but at least now you know. So the goal here is to make sure everybody learns something new. Welcome, Rick. Welcome, Mick Fancy. Okay. The goal is for everybody to learn something new. So if you're here for 10, 15 minutes and you're like, I'm not interested, or nah, this is not for me, that's cool. All right. But if you're like, hold up, wait a minute, then this means it's for you. Stick around. Okay. I see you, Leah. Welcome, Martha. All right. So quick question. Do you think that crypto is only for investing, or do you think it's already a part of your everyday life? Which one? Do you think it's only for investing? Put investing. If you think it's already a part of your everyday life, type the word life in the chat. I see you, Kevin. Welcome. Okay. If you think that crypto is only for investing and it's not part of your everyday life at this moment, go ahead and type invest in the chat. If you think it's already a part of your everyday life, type the word life in the chat. Welcome, Biz Credit Fund. I got one life in the chat so far. What do you say on YT? Is it already a part of your everyday life? Type the word life in the chat. If you feel like, nah, it's strictly for investing, welcome, Junior. If you feel like it's strictly just for investing, type invest in the chat. I want to see where y'all are at. Okay, I see you, Count of Saint Crypto. Okay, that's new. I haven't seen you before. All right, so this is what we're talking about today. Okay, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. This is what we're talking about today. We want to see how crypto is impacting our everyday life. Okay, what's going on? Welcome, Alfonso. I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so very much, Count of Saint Crypto. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for the gift. Filmo, welcome. Okay, I think I said that right. Hey, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Count of Saint Crypto. That's what's up. I appreciate you. So welcome, Pab Star. You're new too, but I see you. Welcome. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. I've already done the whole disclaimer and everything about me not being a financial advisor. I appreciate you, Count of Saint Crypto, just lighting it up with the roses. Thank you so very much. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm not here to tell people what to buy. I'm going to say this every single time. I'm here to help you understand how things work so you don't feel rushed or overwhelmed. Thank you so very much, Count of Saint Crypto. I appreciate you. Okay. I've noticed, these are some things that I've noticed that people don't struggle with understanding. Welcome, Mr. Howard. I see you. Welcome back. I notice people don't struggle with, understanding. It's more so they struggle with applying what they know, especially when things feel uncertain or there's a large emotional load. Okay. So what's going to happen is we're going to talk about, I appreciate you, Count of Saint Crypto. Thank you so very much for all those roses, right? So what we're going to talk about today is, what does crypto in everyday life actually mean? What does that look like? Okay. Welcome, Rover. I see you. Okay. So when I saw crypto, okay, not when I saw crypto, but when I say, welcome, boss. When I say that crypto fits into everyday life, I'm not saying you need to pay for your groceries, right? What's up, Mr. Big, Mr. Big? They call him Mr. Big, Mr. Big, Mr. Big, but not because of my size. I told him every time he come in here, I'm going to say that. Welcome, Habit. Okay. I'm going to just say Sty, because the other part I was about to butcher it. I was about to butcher it. So I'm not saying that with crypto, like you have to pay groceries with it and with Bitcoin and so on and so forth. Welcome, Star. Okay, I'm saying that the technology shows up in ways that some of us may not have realized, especially when we first started out. I have not had a chance to check that out. But I will be doing that. I have a list of things that I need to do over the weekend. So yeah, and that's one of the things to check out, the whiteboard crypto. But thank you for the reminder. So I think so when you get a chance to. Okay, I got you. He said for my people who are new to crypto or curious, this was a suggestion that we got on Tuesday, I believe, about checking out Whiteboard Crypto on YouTube. Okay. And this is pretty much a way to help you to better understand this market if that's what you want to do, if you want to get started. Right. I'm all for whatever works. Everybody, is not the same. Everybody doesn't learn the same. I may be, some people vibe and they be like, yes, this is what I want to learn. But also, you may want to learn from other people in at the same time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I have a few people that I follow specifically because there are certain reasons why I follow them in the crypto space, and I really enjoy the way that they teach. Okay, so they may be for you, they may not be for you. All right. Thank you for the cap. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. So happy to help. Ask me anything. There you go. So Counter Saint Crypto is another person I do not know. Listen, y'all. There are only a few people, a handful of people on this beautiful app that I actually know me in real life, like either were stationed with me, live with me, grew up with me, or whatever. Everyone else is here on this app I have not physically met. So I would just say, before you go and trust anybody, including myself, y'all, please make sure that you vet every person. Listen to it. Go do the research on what they say. If what they're saying pans out, it checks out, right? It makes sense, and you're able to apply it, and it helps you, okay, in any way, as long as it's legal, okay, and you have a positive result from it, then by all means continue to follow the direction of those individuals, okay? But all I'm saying is be very cautious, and that's with anybody. All right, that's why I tell y'all where to go find information, because I don't want anybody. Welcome, Edwin. I see you. Welcome, the Goonies. I see you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, y'all. But that's why I just tell people, just always be a student. Always be a student. You can't lose when you're a student. Okay, so let's go. We're going to talk about everyday crypto examples. Okay, so let's talk about how we send money. Okay, so one of the biggest real world uses of crypto is sending money across borders. I already know that my XRP folks is about to just chime in. Ha! They're about to pounce as soon as I say that. Thank you. Yes, no gatekeeping over here. No gatekeeping over here. Happy New Year, Cedric. I see you. Why I got into crypto? Because it's the biggest opportunity in human history. Yes, that's right. He say enter XRP Army. I'm telling you, anytime I get on here and go live, y'all, especially, when I'm talking about crypto specifically and everything, and then now what I just said, sending money, I already know XRP folks is like, hey, that's us. You know what I'm saying? So just giving this an example. Okay. So let's say you're sending money. The Goonies say 100%. I'm telling you, they don't slip. They it's like they got some type of walkie-talkie or something. I don't know what they got going on these different algorithms, but anytime you say crypto or whatever, they there, they ready. Okay. But let's say you've sent some money to your family. So if you've ever sent money to family, to any family members, you already know that it can be slow and sometimes expensive. Now, it's much faster than it was when we were growing up. Some of us, a good number of us are millennials on here watching live. Some of you are Gen X. I already saw one person that's a Gen X. And then I have a few sprinkled in there that are boomers, right? So we know how it was when we were younger and coming up. Welcome, Chaos. Thank you so very much for the follow. Okay. We know how it was when we were coming up, or at least we saw when we became adults. Okay. And we started sending money and everything. At least I saw it. It took days. We talking like 5-7 days to get money to your family, right? Especially for me, because at the time when I became an adult, I was in the Army. So my first duty station was all the way in Germany. So I'm sending, Western Unions and everything from the PX at the time. And it's taking 5-7 days to get to my grandma and to get to my mom and everything. Welcome, Hello Kitties. I see you, right? But now, thanks to crypto, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thanks to crypto, right? You can make those transactions faster. You can send that money much faster, like literally in seconds, depending on which crypto you're using. Okay. And on top of that, you're saving money than what you would if you're doing a bank transfer. You're saving money versus what you would do if you still use Western Union, things of that nature, right? So you can use crypto, right? And you still have the safety of certain platforms, right? Cryptopia. Wait a minute, I'm trying to read it. It's like going against. Hold on, maybe if I do that. Nope. There you go. That's working. Cryptopia document explains how the blockchain works. Okay, hold on. Let me pin this for some people to see. Dang it. I'm trying to pin, y'all. Give me a second. Why is it not pinning for me now? There you go. Okay. I'll take my time. Thank you for the ice cream cones. Ice cream man. Okay. let me get myself together. All right, welcome, Francisco. So yeah. So the question for y'all, type it in the chat for me, okay? Type it in the chat. Would you rather pay more for comfort or save money with a little bit of complexity? Like it's a little complex, but you save way more. Which one? So if you would prefer to pay more, but for comfort, type the word comfort. If you want to save more money, but it's a little complex, type complex in the chat. Which one? You want to pay more for comfort? Type comfort in the chat. You want to save a bunch of money, but it's just a little more complex than what you're used to with the traditional simple system, then type complex in the chat. Said that documentary is the one that explains how the government's been. Oh yeah, I need to write that. Hold on, look, wait a second. I pinned it. Where it go? Okay. Where did you see this at, Mr. Big? Like, what platform did you see this on? Was this? I'm pretty sure it wasn't on. I don't remember seeing anything like that on Netflix. So where did you see it at? Let me know. Okay. There we go. There we got another one. That's okay. I got you. Groggy, I got you. Hold on one second. Check this out. Bam. Now you good. Okay. There is that. Listen, those BOTs be coming in here, and those trolls be coming in here. Ever since I started, I say like probably the beginning of November, like when I started becoming consistent with getting on here and going live. Oh boy, they've been coming out big time. Said it was on YouTube, but now I believe it's on Facebook. They took it down. Okay, I wrote it down so I see if I could find it, and then I'm more than likely put it in my stories for some people, like where I found it at. Once I find it, because I'm interested. I'm interested. Okay, so y'all didn't type in the chat though. Which one? I'm gonna ask the question again. See, y'all typing other stuff. I appreciate the comments, but I asked a question because I'm trying to see where y'all head at, right? So I don't know how to do that. Counter say crypto. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So the question is, would you rather pay for more comfort? If you would rather pay for more comfort when sending, then I want you to type the word comfort in the chat. COMFORT. If you want to save more money when you are sending, okay, it's a little more complex than what you're used to in the traditional sense, right? Then type the word complex. So spend more, but you get comfort. In a traditional sense, put the word comfort. Save more, but it's just a little more complex than what you're used to with the traditional system, but you save more. Type the word complex in the chat. Okay? So while y'all are thinking about that, welcome, Lance. I see you. While y'all are thinking about that, here's a second way that crypto shows up in our everyday life. Okay? Some people, welcome Mastermind 101. Some people use crypto to buy the gift cards and to shop online. So I went to, I should have wrote the website down. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because I remember looking for it. Yep, so I got comfort in here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna talk about the whole comfort. So let me see if I can find that website. So man, because I sent it to the private group, the private community, but I should have wrote it down. Say congrats, good to see more women in crypto. Wish you success. Nice meeting. Thank you so very much, Council Saint Crypto. I appreciate you. Don't let this be your last time now. Come on back. Okay. So what I typed in to find it last time. Let me see. I don't know if I did this one or that it came up, and I was like, oh man, that's dope. And it had like over 250 BitPay. BitPay.com, y'all. If you want to know, this is what I found. BitPay, BITPAY.com. If you want to know different ways that you can make purchases with cryptocurrency, you can use gift cards, especially like if you use them online and whatnot. This is a website where to show you over 250 places you can pay with your crypto. Okay, most of them use gift cards than they do like actual sending the crypto from one wallet to the business, right? Anybody knew about that bitpay.com? If you did, let me know in the chat. Who knew about going to bitpay.com to see what companies, large companies, y'all? So it's like Microsoft was on here. As a matter of fact, hold on, look. So it has Microsoft, Abercrombie and Fitch, Ace Jewelers, Adidas, Airbnb, AMC Theaters, American Eagle. Look, I'm looking for, it's a real estate on here. What's this? So they have a couple of real estate. Let's look at clothes and shoes. Baby Gap. For my women that love Bath and Body Works, you can actually buy gift cards for your friends with crypto. Belk, okay, Burlington. It's a whole bunch. It's over 250 of them on there, y'all. BitPay.com. Mr. Bits, I heard about it. Yep, heard about it's I heard of BitGo before. Oh, okay. Yeah. So BitPay.com. It has a whole directory to show you of what large companies allow you to make payments or purchases in crypto. And most of them you're able to do that with the gift card. Okay. There are some, and it has it on here separate. Like, as a matter of fact, let me show y'all. I'm sitting here talking about it. Let me just show you. I got you on YT. Hold on. Let me share my screen. 1 second. Okay, so y'all should be able to see it on YT. Okay, so this is bitpay.com, and then let me show y'all real quick. Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so there it is. So see, it's right here, bitpay.com/directory. Okay, and then they popping their fireworks out here. So it has different ones, and you could just go over here and see how it has payments, gift cards, or pay direct. So if you want to know which ones accept gift cards only, then there. If you want to know which ones you can pay direct, there you go. And they have all the different categories. So all you got to do is just scroll down to see. So I was reading off of the clothes and, and accessories and whatnot. But there you go. Okay. So hopefully that helps somebody. If you want to know, So when someone says like you can actually use crypto every single day, like as a payment, then there you go. Okay. All right, let me stop sharing for y'all so that way you can see me. I'm back. Okay. So yeah, so that's the second one. So at this point, when it comes to buying the gift cards or using the gift cards to make your purchase, to shop online and whatnot or offline, it's pretty much like you swapping your dollars into a digital form for a specific purchase. Okay. I have not heard of Telecoin. Welcome, Harry Blue. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, Lorna. I see you. Welcome, Belinda Brown. What's going on? Welcome. Okay. So my question to y'all, let me see if y'all are going to answer some of these questions, because I appreciate the commentary and everything in the chat here on TT, but I'm asking y'all questions and y'all not really answering my questions. So let me ask this next question. Welcome, Mr. Howard. Welcome back. Welcome, Mel. Okay. So question is, would you ever spend crypto, or would you only hold it? Welcome, Prime Digital. Okay. Question is, would you ever spend your crypto, or would you only hold it? So if you said at some point I would spend it, the reason is for me, okay? But if you say at some point you would spend, type the word spend in the chat. If you say nope, I'm never ever spending my crypto, I'm holding it, then type the word hold in the chat. Okay, whichever one works for you. Mr. Big say both. Yes, that's cool. Okay, short term and long term. Welcome, Mascot. Welcome, Danny. I see you. Okay, so who else? Anybody else? Would you ever spend your crypto? Okay, or would you just hold for long term? You're like, I'm not spending jack because it's not for me. Mel G said spend, hold, so both. Okay, Lorna said both. Okay, happy 2026, happy new year. I see you. That's right. Okay, so look, again, there's no right or wrong when it comes to this. It's totally up to you. All right, because you know the reason why you're investing in this market. Welcome, Ed. I see you. You know the reason why you're investing in this market. So sometimes, okay, what works for one person does not work for the other. All right, so we're not in a position, we're not here. I know I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with their money, because legally I can't do that. Okay. Mel G said whole SRP for sure. I told y'all SRP folks don't play when it comes to talking about crypto. They are always in the building. Welcome, Kimmy. I see you. Okay. So here's a third way. Yeah, Mel, I see you. Here's a third way that crypto shows up in our everyday life, right? There are a lot of gamers out there. So I'm pretty sure if I have any gamers on here, y'all about to chime in. Okay, I know Diesel. They just popping their little hearts out. And I forgot to give you your medicine before I went live. Welcome, Rich. My dog. Well, I'm pretty sure if anybody had dogs, y'all know the dogs typically are like super nervous and anxious and scared when the firecrackers are going and stuff. All about living. Welcome. So my big boy over here shaking his little heart out. And I forgot to give him his medicine before we went live. So anyway, so the third way that crypto shows up in our everyday life. Welcome, Band Man. Welcome, Andrea. I see you. Okay, the third way is it shows up heavily in gaming. All right, so they have the skins, the items, the rewards, all of that stuff. I'm not a huge gamer. I mean, I don't purchase games anymore, but I used to when I was younger. And I'm a street. I played the street games and stuff, like the fighting games, not the streets, the fighting games. So like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. What was that? Was that Def Jam Vendetta? I want to say it was Def Jam Vendetta. I used to play like what's the other one? That's not a fighting game, but dog, what was the other one I used to play? And I had like 3 different ones. The dry I can't even think of it now. See, that's how long it's been. We talk about crypto over here, Band Man. Welcome, Christopher. But yeah, so pretty much this is another way that it shows up with the games. Okay, so the difference is with crypto, when you're using it. Ray said I don't use crypto at all. Okay, that's cool. The difference is you can actually own the item and not just rent it from the game when we're talking about using crypto. Welcome, Cheryl. Okay. So yeah, so it's in my head, that doggone game, and it's not coming to me, y'all. That just Grand Theft Auto. There it is. I'm like, I'm not moving forward until this come out. So I'm breaking my brain. Like, I can see the game, but I'm trying to remember the name of it. But yeah, so that's another one that I used to love. Welcome, Johnny. Okay, so anybody in here a gamer? Let me know if you're a gamer. Type game, GAME, if you are a gamer in here. Welcome, Omar. I see you. Welcome, Credit Cow. I see you. Welcome. Okay, I can't read that one. That's fine, Ray. Crypto's not for everybody, just like the stock market isn't for everybody. Not everybody wants to be a homeowner. Not everybody wants to hold physical gold and silver. Okay, you move with the market that speaks to you. Okay, but over here, I'm talking to the people who enjoy cryptocurrency and want to learn more about cryptocurrency. Welcome, Ruben. All right. Okay, so I take it that I don't have any gamers in here. Got it. Welcome, Sophia. I see you. All right. So a fourth way, I see you, Ruben. A fourth way that you would see crypto showing up in your everyday life is through loyalty points and rewards. Welcome to Okay, I'm about to mess it up. I'm gonna say D. Okay. I be lit more. Welcome. All right. So another way that you'll see it show up is in loyalty points and rewards. So some rewards programs are basically token systems. Okay. So I want you to think about like airline miles. We get those, right? They're not actual dollars, but they have value. And of course, there's rules attached to that, right? Mel G said it's not for everybody, but everyone is going to be forced to learn it. It is what it is. Welcome, Francesca. Welcome, Bo. Yeah. Welcome, Boss Buddha. I see you. Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not a person to tell anyone what to invest in. All I'm doing, Fred, is just making everyone aware of what's out there, so that way you can't say you didn't know, especially if you came across my page either here on TT or on YT. Okay. The information is being shared. It's just on you to take that information and say, yep, this is for me, or nope, it's not, and then move on. Okay. Okay, that's good, Ray. Again, we're in here talking about crypto. Okay. You say the new world is digital. That's what Ruben says. Welcome, Knight. I see you. Yep. Okay. So that's what I want you to think about. So when it comes to crypto, tokens are similar. Let's check crypto. Welcome. It's been a minute. I see you. Thank you for liking the live. Tokens are similar for us here in the crypto space, but they can move more freely. Okay. All right. Now, with that being said, I want to ask y'all another question. Let me see if y'all yes, sir, I'm here. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central. Right? Question for y'all. Welcome, Ari. Do you actually use your points that you get? Or do they expire? Do you actually use the points that you get? Or do you like some things, they may have an expiration date, like you got to use X amount of points or whatever by this date, or you got to use this particular reward by this date. I know, like I have American Express, right? So Ray, I got a question for you. Like, are you in here to tell people to not invest in crypto? Is that your point? Because if that's your point, then you can go, you can go somewhere else. Okay. Well, you have a great day. All right. I'll holler at you. Right. Jeez. It's always one. I don't already slid that person on over to Block City. Cause what are we doing? So anyway, so that was the fourth way. Loyalty points and rewards. That's another way that crypto shows up in our everyday life. Welcome, Hero. Right? The Genius Egg and Clarity Egg tell you blockchain is here to stay. That's what Mel G said. Let me type that, not type that, pin that, because we are waiting on the Clarity Egg for sure. Okay. Welcome, Joe. I see you. Welcome, Mark Bradford. What's going on? Welcome. Okay. Another way, okay, a fifth way that you could see crypto showing up in your everyday life is when you have your tickets or going to an event, right? So imagine your concert ticket is an NFT. That's a non-fungible token. Welcome. Thank you, Bapa, for the follow. I see you. Welcome, School. What's going on, D? Welcome. Okay. It can't be counterfeited. It updates in real time, and that means that there's no loss of your actual tickets. Okay. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I understand, and I'm going to make sure that I put this out there because I said in the beginning, but I know I have some new people that's come on here. Welcome, Aliyah. Welcome, James. But the point of these conversations, when I do this crypto one-on-one on Tuesdays and Thursdays at night, right? Welcome, D. I see you. The point is not to tell you you're wrong if you don't invest in the cryptocurrency market. No, ma'am. No, sir. Okay. The point is to raise your awareness of what is out there for you, because a lot of us, we didn't know that crypto existed until 2017, 2018, 2020 for some people, right? But Bitcoin has been here since 2009. Welcome, Sharona. Thank you so very much for the follow. So for the people who were in those circles that were having those type of conversations, that were risk takers, and I'm talking about like aggressive risk takers, possibly moderate, but if they were in those circles back in 2009, 2010, 2015, guess what? They got into this market way earlier, and they have reaped really great benefits because they got in super early. Now, with that though, there comes risk. Welcome, Cree. This is with any market, y'all. This is in business, all of it. If you are one of the first to get into something, you're taking more of a risk than the person that gets in a bit later. Because the person that gets in later, they get to see the data. They get to see, okay, it's rebounded from some hiccups, right? It's made up for some of those crashes and issues, bugs, whatever, right? Those people benefit a bit because now they have a bit of security that they can lean on before making the decision. Whereas the person that's like the first come, welcome back, Sundown. It's been a minute. Happy New Year. Welcome, Task. Okay, I'm not gonna mess that up, but thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. So with that though, the people who get in first, they're gonna make the most money, but they're taking a bigger risk. Okay. So what I want people to know, when Leona is going live on this page, okay, on TT and on YT, the point is not to tell you you better do anything and buy these things. That's not what I do. Okay. I just want to make you aware of things. So if you were not in the know because you're not in those type of circles, welcome back, TK Party Rentals. I see you. No, I own both crypto and stocks. Task. I'm just gonna stop there because I don't want to mess it up. It's both crypto and stocks for me. Okay. So with that being said, that's pretty much what I come on here and do. Okay. I'm not gonna talk down on anybody because they say, hey, look, I only invest in these things. I don't want to invest in crypto. Okay, cool. So that means you don't need to be on my live because I'm talking about crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Okay. So that's number 5. Okay. Next, there are like you can see crypto in royalties and music, content, things of that nature. So some creators can get paid automatically through tokens. Who is this? I guess we got to do this again. There we go. So yeah, welcome Alexa. I see you. So yeah, some creators are going to get paid automatically through tokens. So instead of waiting months, payments can be immediate and tracked. Okay. So, and this is, we're talking about in the music space, okay, and creating content. The question for y'all is, do you think that it's more empowering for a person to be able to get access to their stuff immediately, Mermaid, immediately, Bama, right? Or do you feel like, nah, there's too much tech involved, that's not for me, right? Mermaid, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, Day. I see you. Welcome, Sharonda. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. Welcome, Jerome. Right? So that's just something to think about. Cryptocurrency has its pros, but it also has its cons, as do every single market that we invest in. So I just sold some Solana today, got it immediately. Right? You didn't have to wait. Like now, depending on the brokerage you're using in the stock market, I'm going to use this because I invest in stocks as well. If you are selling some of your shares, right? Welcome, Cedric. If you are borrowing against some of your assets in the stock market, you do not, from what I've experienced, you do not get your money immediately. Now, some of them you will get within 24 hours to 48 hours. I know with Charles Schwab, it took me, I want to say 24 or 48 hours before I got my money, right, from the brokerage. But with crypto, again, everything has its pros and cons. You get your money immediately. Okay? You do. Welcome, author. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to put author. I'm just going to say that because, yeah. Welcome, Mike. Okay. So if you think this is helping you, if this is helping you, all right, to understand crypto a bit more, you don't feel like you got to hurry up and make a decision. You got to jump right now. Okay. If this is making sense to you, if it's helping you in any way and you have not shared yet, and you have been on my live streams before, then go ahead and hit the share button, okay? Send it to about 10 people. As a matter of fact, you can do something called power share. It's something I learned, y'all. I'm not one of those people that's been doing live streams forever, okay? So you can hold down the screen, you can hold it where my bun is at, my forehead, whatever, okay? And then you'll see names pop up and you'll send it to 10 people real quick. If you're like, Leona, I don't know you like that. I just came in from the FYP. Well, guess what I do? When I peep in from the FYP, hey, Aaliyah, when I peep in from the FYP, first thing I do is I'll make sure I like a little bit. So I tap the screen, tap it up, right? And then I'll go and I'll repost. That's what I do, especially if it's somebody I'm not following yet. Thank y'all so very much for getting us to 11K. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. You think we can get to, like, you know what I'm saying, 15K real quick before 7 o'clock? Y'all think we can get to 15K before 7 o'clock? That's my time, Central Standard Time. Y'all think we can get to 15K before 7 o'clock? I think that could happen. If everybody just tap real quick, right? Welcome, Oreo. Welcome, Emily. Okay. So if you feel like, hey, look, I like what I'm hearing right now, but I don't know you like that, you can hit the repost button. All you do is hit the share arrow here on TT, and then it's going to have, thank you, Mermaid did it, see? And it looks like this, okay? 2 arrows. You press that, and then you'll be able to repost, and that sends it out to the TikTok algorithm, sends out the live, and that helps us to be able to attract more people who want to learn about cryptocurrency. Thank you, Sharonda, for the repost. I appreciate you. Welcome, Moo. Okay, and then on YT, if you haven't shared yet, I'm going to ask that you share. Okay, that's what's up. All right. I'm sorry, I just saw this. I was just running my mouth. Terpenoper, which I ain't seen you in a minute, but welcome. Said I have the Uphold debit card and the Gemini XRP MasterCard. I earn crypto rewards with both on everyday purchases. That's awesome. And then he said I moved them to a cold wallet. All right, that is awesome. I did have someone on here last week. It was either Friday or Tuesday. So maybe it wasn't last week. Thank you for sharing, Emily. I appreciate you. And thank you for the follow. Welcome, JT. But they were talking about the Gemini card as well. So that's the second person I've heard mention the Gemini MasterCard, XRP MasterCard. So I'm not telling anyone to get it. I would say research, okay, to see if that would be a good fit for you as an investor and how you invest in this market. Sharonda said, yeah, I heard about the cold wallet. Need to look more into that. Yes, if you all are holding cryptocurrency, meaning you're buying Bitcoin and you want to keep it for the long term. If you're buying XRP, you want to keep it for the long term. Whatever cryptocurrency you're buying and you want to keep for the long term. Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely need to make sure that we are moving our cryptocurrency to a cold wallet of our choice. What I'm going to ask everyone, I know I'm getting off track for a second, but this is to make sure people like Sharonda was saying to look more into it. I want the people who already hold cold wallets, I want y'all to type the one that you or the ones that you are using that you believe are the best or the most beginner friendly. Type that in the chat so that way people like Sharonda has a starting point to be able to go research. We're not telling anyone to go buy any specific crypto cold wallet, okay? Because we cannot legally do that unless we are licensed financial advisors, okay? So Mel G said Tangem and Decent. I'm gonna hold on. I'm trying to pin it, okay, for a few. All right, Kim. Oh, thank you so very much, Kim, for the rose. I appreciate you. All right. Okay, so we got someone here said Decent as well. We have Trezor, Trezor. Okay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, Mel. And then we have Ledger. Okay, Ledger, Ledger. Okay. Welcome, user. Welcome. Thank you, Kim, for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mel, for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, Aquarius XRP. Welcome, BBQ Chicken. Welcome, Susan. Thank you so very much for the follow. Okay. So yeah, so those are a few that you all can go research. Okay. The reason why I'm suggesting that you research first, welcome, Chloe. The reason I want you to research first is because this isn't like a hot wallet where you can go and create an account and you don't have to pay for it. You can go play around on the platform and see, you know, how it works out for you. Like, is it cool? Is it too complicated? Whatever. You can't do that with a cold wallet. Yeah, I was asking people who have been investing in the crypto market and have cold wallets to type the ones that they have and that they believe are very beginner friendly. Because I had a person ask or mention cold wallets and that they need to do some research on it. So over here, we give information so that way people know where to start and not just talk and throw a whole bunch of crypto jargon out there. Okay. Welcome, Denter. I see you. So yeah. So Mr. Richard said he has a Tangent wallet as well. That's another one that's one that I'm getting. I have Ledger, but I'm getting the Tangent wallet because I want, first of all, I want the card, child. I ain't gonna lie, I just want the card. But no, I really want I want to get some different cold wallets so that way I can actually see how each one works, like which one is actually beginner friendly or not. Okay. Welcome, Mr. William. Welcome, Weaver. I see you. Okay. So for my people who were curious, okay, about which cold wallet to research before purchasing directly from the manufacturer, I got to say this too, because I know we just got some people came on here. Listen, I appreciate everybody that put in the chat which crypto cold wallet you use and you believe is beginner friendly, right? But for all of my beginners, y'all, please welcome back, Majestic Truth. Happy New Year. I see you. I see you. Thank you so very much, Black, for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, April. Okay. before you make a purchase, after you have done your research on those different crypto cold wallets, okay? Thank you so very much for the follow, Will. Make sure that you purchase it directly from the manufacturer. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, please do not purchase your cold wallet from any other site besides the manufacturer. That includes Amazon. I got it. Amazon is awesome. A lot of us have these Prime accounts. That's cool. But please do not purchase your cold wallet from any third party sites. Only purchase it from the manufacturer. So that means if you said you're getting Tangem, you need to go to the Tangem website. If you said that you're getting Trezor, you need to go to the Trezor website. If you're getting Ledger, you need to go to the Ledger website. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure somebody's probably typing it in the chat as I'm speaking. So if they type it, then I'll pin it on TT. But y'all, there's something called seed phrases, recovery phrases, private keys, whichever term you want to use, okay? These things are what protect you and only give you access to your money, okay? So it's like if you, let's just say you have a bank account, right? And you go and you're talking to people that have nothing to do with banking about your bank account, and you're talking about your password, and then they hear it or they see it or whatever. Now they have access to your money, right? Our seed phrases give us and only us access to our digital assets, our hard-earned money that we have put into this market in hopes that it multiplies for us or our family later on down the line. So this is why you don't want to get it from a third party, because there is a possibility that though that third party has access to your seed phrases, meaning they have access to your money. Everybody got it? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up emoji in the chat. Okay? Welcome back, TK Reynolds. Welcome. Hey, I see you, Mama Dukes. Right? If that makes sense, give me. I'm telling you, I'm saying this. I say this every time I go live, because there's going to be somebody that's going to do it, that's not going to do it. My bad. And then they're going to say, "Oh, I wish I would have known." No, if you were on this live, you've heard it. Any of my lives, anytime I say anything about a cold wallet, that's the first thing that's not the first thing I say. But after I say, hey, research these, then I also say, please make sure you do not purchase it from any third parties. Only purchase it from the manufacturer. And then I tell you why, like I just did. Hey, Happy New Year, sunshine. I see you. Mel G said it's very important. It is, y'all. Unless you want to just give away your money, please make sure that you only purchase your cold wallet from the manufacturer. It's just that simple. You don't do that, you're putting yourself in a position to give away your digital assets. And if you want to just give away money, I mean, I can send you my wallet so that way you can just send it to me. Problem solved. You want to just give it away? I'll send you my wallet and you just send me what you was about to just give away. Okay? If you don't want to give it away, please only purchase your cold wallet from the manufacturer. Period. Okay? Now, let's get back on track. Mel G said exactly. I'm telling you, there's always somebody. It's always somebody like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I know I heard it said, but okay. Go ahead. Mess around and find out. Welcome, Slim. I see you. Okay? Now, this is something I touched on like some weeks ago, okay? But I didn't go much into detail on. So there are going to be some people, and if this is you, I want you to chime in, but please keep it beginner friendly. All right? I appreciate the folks who have been in the cryptocurrency market, for a long time. Some of you as long as me, some of you longer than me. I appreciate that. But again, if you want to really help people, welcome, Carla. If you really want to help people to understand this market better and to take themselves to the next level as an investor in this market, please Use beginner-friendly terminology. Give scenarios and examples that they'll be able to understand. Don't just throw out a whole bunch of crypto terminology and expect them to get it. Okay? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate your username, the Grunt X. I guess that's it. Okay? Now, let's talk about the part that a lot of people don't realize is coming really fast. It's already here. Last Cash, welcome. Welcome, Sheila. Okay, it's already here. BlackRock is one of the platforms that I know of that's already here using this. Okay. Have you heard of tokenization before? As a matter of fact, hold on. No. Have you heard of tokenized real world assets before? Type yes in the chat or no in the chat. What's going on, Sheila? If you have heard of tokenized real world assets, type yes in the chat or no in the chat. XRP Army. Mel G said yes. Okay. Sharonda, no. Mama Duke said yes. Okay, cool. Welcome, Mia. I see you. Let me look at y'all on YT to see. Have you heard of tokenized real world assets before? Nancy Barnes said yep. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, Joseph. Yes, Black. All right, cool. Welcome, Sapphire. So I'm gonna say this again because again, I know I'm getting some new people in here. Welcome, Sep. Okay. That was one of my battles last night, Sep Aveda. So I used to call him Sep. Welcome back, Mastermind. Okay. So before I even get into this, I know y'all probably, especially if you XRP Army, okay. I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna have a whole lot to say. Please, again, keep it beginner friendly. If you don't, I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna talk to you and be like, I need you to rephrase that. I need you to give an example. Welcome, Chantel. Okay. I appreciate the comments and the engagement, but keep it beginner friendly because not everybody knows what this is, as you saw in the comments. Okay. Welcome, big. Man, I missed it. Okay. Welcome back, Mia. All right. So, tokenized real world assets means taking something that's real, like real estate, bonds, art, okay, and turning that into ownership into a digital token. All right. Thank you, Brenda Lee, for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, Real. Okay. So all we're doing when we talk about tokenized real world assets is taking something that is tangible to us. Okay. Welcome, the rim. Okay, I'm gonna say D, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. We're taking something that's real, something that's tangible for the most part. Okay, and we are going to make that digital. So now you have access to it. Welcome, old man 112. Okay. So it's like taking a building and turning it into shares. My stock people, you should have your aha moment. You should be like, aha, right? It hit, right? For my stock people. We're taking a building. So we're talking about tokenized real world assets, right? So if we use real estate, you're taking a building and turning that building into shares. But here's the difference. The shares live on a blockchain. Okay? And with that blockchain, y'all, for those of you that are not familiar, there's no changing the information. Once it's stamped on that block, once a purchase has been made, however much it costs, that is it. It is final. There's no going back and attempting to reverse it. No, baby. It's it. That's it. That's one thing about being in the cryptocurrency market. All sales are final. You buy, and you hit buy. Once you go through the process, the amount that you said you're gonna buy, that's all you get. It's no, oh, would you like to make a dip? No. Now you got to go through the whole process again to buy. If you're gonna send, it's not gonna ask you, are you sure you want to send this amount? No. Okay. It's just going to prompt you to go through the process. And then once you send, that's it. There's no, oh man, I sent it to the wrong person. Let me see if they'll get my money back. No. Crypto is not like the traditional banking system. Okay? This is where a ton of responsibility comes in for us as investors. Welcome, Michael. Okay? So, when it comes to these real world, these tokenized real world assets, okay, it's taking something that's real, tangible, something that typically we can touch, okay, and it turns it into a digital token. So, like the shares in the stock market, but it's stored and it's done on the blockchain. Okay. So here's what it can improve. Welcome on purpose. I see you. Here's what it can improve. A couple of things. Mr. Love, I see you. Okay. Welcome. Right. A couple of things that it can improve. One, it can make the settlement time much faster. So you're waiting less. We already know when we're sending and receiving, typically we get it in seconds, depending on what we're receiving or sending. Now, Bitcoin, y'all, we all know, those of us that have been in the market for a while, we all know Bitcoin is not seconds. It's still minutes, child. You know, however, that's still faster than sending something via your bank, especially if you're doing a wire outside of the country, or if you're doing a wire like with bank accounts, with business bank accounts. Okay, because those typically are not fast. Personal, yes. Business, no, baby. No. The wealth practice, I like this. Thank you. Okay, so that's one thing that it can improve. Thank you so very much for the rose. I appreciate you. Okay, another thing that it can improve is now you get more access. Okay, it can reach more people because the minimum entry is now smaller, right? So if you wanted to get into real estate, depending on what avenue you're looking at getting into real estate, that cost may be a little bit too high for you. Now, for my people that are already in the stock market, some of y'all are probably like, yeah, but that's why I invest in REITs. REITs. Okay, cool. Send me a DM. The wealth practice. Send me a DM. Okay? That's cool. All right. But if you, again, for my people who are already a part of the crypto market or are curious about getting involved in the cryptocurrency market, this is another way for you to still have exposure to crypto, but you're still doing something that's traditional. Okay. Number three, a third way that it can improve, okay, the traditional system when it comes to real world assets is there's better tracking and transparency. Would you all agree or disagree, for my people who have been in the cryptocurrency market for a minute? Would you all agree or disagree that the cryptocurrency market is really good about being transparent about what's happening? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Do you believe that the cryptocurrency market is very transparent about what's happening in the market? When you buy something, anybody can see it. When you sell something, anybody can see it. They may not know it's you per se, okay? But they can see it. Mel said agree. Sheila said yes. Yep, D said yes. Mama Do said yes. Come on. Okay? So, unlike in the traditional sense, right? Yeah. Okay. So same thing. I see you on YT. So with that being said, now we know that we have faster transaction time to be able to get involved in real estate and purchasing art and getting some bonds, because BlackRock has the treasuries, the real world tokenized assets. They have the treasuries on lock. And that's the one I'm about to do. Okay. Now, I'm not telling y'all this. I'm not telling y'all this stuff to tell you to go and start putting your money into anything. Welcome, Gregory. I'm not telling you that for this. Why I'm telling you this is because there are a lot of us that do not know this. I did not learn about real world, the tokenized RWAs until last year, because I'm not XRP Army. Okay, so I know the people that's part of the XRP Army is like, oh, Leona, Ripple was already, okay, I know. I got checked by my husband on that, okay? I'm aware. All right, but I don't focus on just one particular cryptocurrency. All right, I'm not gung-ho one particular cryptocurrency. All right, so I learned about it last year. Okay, and that's just out of curiosity, me doing some Googling and whatnot, and then I came across it, and of course BlackRock was the first one that came up for me. Okay, I think it's Franklin. Franklin. I want to say Templeton. I want to say that's the name of the another company that's like really heavy into tokenized RWAs as well. Y'all can fact check me. So I don't want to say for sure. I know BlackRock, but definitely BlackRock. But I want to say it was like Franklin Templeton or something. Mama do say Temp. Okay, maybe I was correct, but I don't want to say yeah that's what it is because I read it like a week or two ago and I almost forgot. Truth be told, so I got a lot going on in this head. Okay, Sunshine said I'm right. Okay, there we go. Okay, there are other companies, y'all, but I know those have been the main two that kept coming up when I was doing my research. That's why I said those two. Okay, so don't jump down my throat. If it's another company that's been doing this longer than BlackRock, and that what I'm saying is when Leona started doing the research last year, those were the two main names that I kept seeing consistently attached to tokenized RWAs. Okay, welcome Wealthy VIP. Now, why does big money care about this in particular, tokenized RWAs? Okay, this is where these tokenized RWAs is where you bring in the people, the whales that people talk about. And this is, that's why I didn't want to say like, oh yeah, you need to go through such and such, company or whatever. But this is where the big money players are putting their money moving forward. Okay, so large institutions at this time are watching tokenization because it makes markets more efficient, for sure, which we already talked about. Okay, especially for assets that are traditionally slow, that's traditionally expensive or restricted. One of the other things that I love about the cryptocurrency market, welcome One Shipment, thank you so very much for the follow. Welcome Dr. Crystal. Okay, one of the other reasons why I love cryptocurrency is because it's available to everyone. Like, y'all, I don't know about Robinhood now, but I remember when Coinbase, you could buy into the cryptocurrency market with just $5. Now they say the minimum is $10. I don't know if that's across all crypto exchanges. However, I have Coinbase. That's my main one, I should say. Okay, so the minimum is $10, right? But think about it. Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you, Wealth Practice, for that. But think about it. You're talking about $10. Y'all, my nephew, who's now 19, sat here and started investing in crypto when he was 15 years old. And the first thing he bought was XRP. Then he was like, oh, shoot, TT, I should have bought some Bitcoin. I'm like, well, you still could buy some Bitcoin. Just be consistent with it. Hey, what's going on? Go DJ Unstoppable. Welcome. What's good? Welcome, Jose. I see you. Right? So I brought that up because age isn't necessarily a barrier if that person, that teenager has really good parents, okay? But also that teenager knows what they want to do. Okay, so if that teenager knows, hey, I want to invest in this market, I keep hearing about it, I'm reading about it, I'm really interested, and especially if they're a gamer, y'all, this should be right up their alley. I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine this is right up their alley as far as being invested in the cryptocurrency market. You know, thank you so very much for the heart, me. I appreciate you. Welcome to see you. Jose say I'm big on SLM and SRP. I told y'all this is you can't talk about crypto without SRP folks coming in. They're everywhere. I'm telling you, I feel like they have their own little chat, and then they just scope out. Like when somebody talks about crypto, go over there. Bring up XRP. Welcome, Fonda. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Y'all really got something going on. It's definitely different. But it's all good. So yeah. So large corporations, y'all, large institutions are really getting into this because it's definitely helping progress and move things forward, right? Now, they're not always doing this because they love crypto. Let's be clear. Thank you so very much for the gift. I appreciate you. They're not always doing this because they love crypto, right? They're doing it because they love efficiency. Like, how many of you would prefer a system, even though it may take you a little bit to get it? You know what I'm saying? How many of you would prefer a system, especially my entrepreneurs out there? Okay, how many of you would prefer a system that runs smoothly? The transactions happen when this thing, like, it has a whole system. This has to happen in order for this to happen, and then when this happens, right? It's like a chain reaction, right? Would you prefer that, or would you rather wait for a human being to make those decisions, to make those transactions happen? Which one would you prefer? The automated system, where one thing has to happen to trigger this next action, and then when that action happens, it triggers this action, and so on and so forth? Or would you rather wait for a human being to make the decisions and then make the transactions happen for you? Which one would you prefer? Queen B said automated. Welcome, Darren. I see you. Thank you, Darren, for the follow. I appreciate you. We're not on that right now. I forgot. Go DJ, you play too much. You play too much. He say job security. He gonna wait for the human being. Okay. Who was that said system? Mama Duke said system. Web3 said auto. Sheila said automation. Right. Okay. Now, I see what, Go DJ Unstoppable is saying. Hey, listen, we don't want to rely too much on technology because that's how people lose their jobs. But here's my thing, and I maybe I'm speaking because I'm retired, but I'm an entrepreneur, right? So although I retired from the Army, I'm still an entrepreneur, and I have to create systems that can do what I needed to do when I'm not available. Okay? But there are also things that as a human being, you need, because AI technology is not going to be able to do. Okay? Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, Aaron. Or Aaron. I'm country, so don't mind me. Ron, what's going on? Welcome, Simone. All right. There are certain things that human beings, we can do that technology cannot do. I'll give you an example, right? You could learn about everything you want to know about crypto, just the like general stuff, how to invest, You can learn all of that online, and you don't need a person to teach you that. You can use Google, you can use ChatGPT, you can use all of these different AI platforms to help you, okay, to guide you along the way. But here's what AI and technology cannot do. It cannot help you with emotional stuff, okay? Because we know as human beings, we have to work through the emotions when we are doing anything, even as investors. Now, the AI can give you like ideas on how to do it, but it's nothing like being able to talk to another person, the wealth practice. If we on the phone and we having a conversation, I tell you, man, I just sat here and I made this trade Man, I lost so much money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, the well practice, if the well practice is a trader too, they can say, hey, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And I was in a hole X amount from at this time. And then guess what? This is what I did to help me to work through my emotions. So I minimized my emotions when I was going into the market, and now I'm making consistent profit. You know, yeah, I take some lessons in the market, got it, but I'm making consistent profit because I started doing these things, right? You can talk to AI all day, but it's nothing like being able to relate to someone else that's been where you are right now, and they came out on the other side of it. Systems matter. That's right. The word practice. Go DJ Unstoppable said emotions and investing is not a good mix. It's not, but you know how many people still battle with that? They battle with that because they don't have the environment to help them through that. Welcome, AMG. I see you. Right? Welcome, BM. Okay? They don't have the community. They don't have the person. They don't have the people. They're not in the environments to help them through those things. Right? So that's why having these type of conversations, I guided this on social media and whatnot, but having these type of conversations help all of us. I've learned some stuff. I'm the one teaching, but I still learn something every time I come on here, because there are people that have been in this market as long as me or longer than me, and they have experienced something that I haven't experienced. They have read something that I haven't had a chance to read, and they bring it to my attention, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I took down a note of the Cryptopia documentary. I never heard of it, but I'm curious. I want to see. You know, crypto whiteboard, never heard of it. I'm curious. I want to see. Welcome, Snipe Land. Right? Like, I'm cool with that. At the end of the day, we all should be cool with that. Being able to get on and learn, even though we may be teaching at the same time. Happy New Year to you too, AMG. Okay? So again, the people with the big money, these large institutions, okay, these whales, they're not getting involved in tokenized RWAs just because they love crypto. I'm saying it again because there's somebody that just joined and was like, wait, what? Okay. They're getting involved with tokenizing these real world assets because they love efficiency. They want stuff to run smooth. They want transparency. They want actions to automatically take place and not have to wait for every single action. They don't want to have to wait on a human being for every single action and every single decision. Welcome, KT. I see you. Okay. Now, if we say we want to become high 6-figure investors, high 7 and 8-figure investors, meaning millions, tens of millions of dollars invested into multiple markets, okay, or whatever, right? We, at this moment, we may not have it in our hands. We may not have it in our brokerage accounts. We may not have it in our wallets, okay, at this moment. But we need to start thinking like the people who have it. If you're not connected to the people who have it, then study the people who have it from afar. Okay? Now, do you think that the people with big money, welcome Mary, do you think that people with the big money adopt technology because it's cool? Or do you think they adopt technology because it saves them money? Which one do you think? Type it in the chat. If you think it's because it's cool, type the word cool in the chat. If you think the big money players invest or adopt technology because it saves them money, type the word save in the chat. S-A-V-E. S-A-V-E. Which one? Type it in the chat. Welcome, Alpha Trader. Which one? Type it in the chat. Go ahead. Go DJ said save. Yep, Sheila said save. All right. Quick money transfers. No middleman. Yep. I thought I had a water in here. Oh man. Can you pass me water, please? I thought I had one over here. Okay, save, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, they're not doing it, y'all, because, oh man, you know, all these kids talk about it, blah, blah, blah. They don't care about that. They want to save money. They want their money to be able to move faster, make stuff easier so they can make more money. Like, seriously, would you be with, okay, so question. If you are looking to make a purchase, okay, and you go on this website and it takes, let's say, 1 minute to load and then to allow you to make the payment, would you stick it out for that 1 minute for that particular product, or would you go to another company that has the same product and it takes longer to load and for you to pay? It takes 15 to 20 seconds at most to be able to load and to pay. Which one would you go with? Go DJ Unstoppable said that's like going back to dial up. Hello. Anybody got time for that? We've been there, done that. Those of us that was born during those times, we've been there, done that. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. So nobody, I don't know anyone today that is telling the truth that would say, yeah, I wait a whole minute to buy this thing when this company has the same exact thing, same price, and it's faster to be able to get it. No, I don't know anybody that would do that. Okay, unless you're like, no, I'm going through the process to help them to figure out how to fix it. Okay, or you're like, no, I just really want to support that particular company. Okay, but outside of that, no, you're gonna go to the one that's faster. Okay, now here's the thing. We talked about this. We're talking about tokenized real world assets. Okay. We already talked about how crypto is part of our everyday life. So y'all, if y'all just got on, you missed that. It's okay. All right. Because it is being recorded on YT. So you can go to my YT channel and you can watch the replay on that. Okay. So right now, this is where people get trapped. Okay. As soon as they hear big money, as soon as they hear it's a new wave, they feel like they're late. Question: do you feel like you're late because I'm talking about tokenized real world assets? Welcome 11. And it's okay if you do. It's okay if you don't feel like that. But do you feel like you're late because you're hearing from Leona, a person that's only been in the market for 5 years? You're hearing from Leona about tokenized real world assets. Type yes or no in the chat if you feel like you're late. I'm gonna give y'all a second because I know sometimes on TT it's a bit of a lag. Type yes or no in the chat if you feel like you're late because I'm over here talking about tokenized real world assets. You like, Shy, I have no idea what that is. Lady, what you talking about? Tokenizing real estate. Yes, user 925. Sunshine Answer said no. Of course, because you XRP, you already knew about that. I know you already do because the XRP people already knew. Okay. All right. So if you feel that way, it's okay. All right. But just a note, this is exactly how FOMO works. That fear of missing out. This is how it works. People start to feel rushed. Like, they're already talking about this. I need to do this now. You know what I'm saying? No, take your time. And I'm going to give y'all some homework at the end of this because I always get homework. Okay? Take your time and start researching. Is they're pretty much making access to real estate, making access to bonds and treasuries, making access to all of these things easier for us in digital. Okay? I didn't say a specific coin using 925. Okay, so if you feel rushed, we just need to start researching, because what I don't want you to do is start reacting. Okay, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if your mind immediately goes to, I gotta hurry up, with this, more than likely it does that with other things as well. Okay, I got it, y'all. Society tells us we should already know all of these things already because we have these big, beautiful computers in our hands. Okay, but not everybody has information because they're focused on things that matter to them. Okay, and you don't know what you don't know. Just like I didn't know about these tokenized RWAs until last year, because I'm not part of the XRP army. I hold XRP, but I'm not diehard XRP. I'm not. I hold it, but I'm not diehard XRP. I'm not diehard any investment. Truth be told, because that's how you get caught up and get your head knocked off. Welcome, meme coin guy. I see you. Okay. Have you ever invested in anything where you were just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to miss out, so let me just go ahead and drop some money on it? Tell the truth. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you have done it. I'm investing in this thing. I don't understand it. I don't know it, but I just don't want to miss out. Okay? Type it in the chat. Give me a thumbs up emoji if you've experienced that. Give me a thumbs down emoji if you've never experienced that. Notice I said if you have ever experienced that. Give me a thumbs down emoji if you have never experienced that. Right. We've all experienced that. Every single one of us. If you have invested in anything in this market, and I'm not talking about just crypto, I'm talking about stocks, I'm talking about real estate, there has been something where you felt like I gotta move on it now because I don't want to miss out. Y'all, that is the, sometimes it can work, but sometimes it can be really catastrophic. And you don't want to have that as your guide as an investor. Right. Say it crashed every time. Listen. That's why I'm like, User 925 said confused about the whole thing. And that's fine. But take your time and study. You know, just take your time and study. I show people multiple times how, like, if we go and we're researching a crypto project. So like I had someone mention, you know, we should be buying, I believe it was either XLM or XDC, one of the two. And I was like, okay, well, let's go through the whole process. Right? Because there's 4 things that we should be looking for to help us to see that this is a good crypto project. Anybody on here that's been on my previous lives, do y'all remember what those 4 things are? Type it in the chat if y'all remember what those 4 things are. I'm going to give y'all a second. Type them in the chat. Welcome, Riri. What are those 4 things at a bare minimum we're looking for to tell us we have a good crypto project? It's pretty solid. Type them in the chat. You can type them one at a time. You don't have to type all 4 at the same time. Welcome, Gani. I see you. Because I'm taking it down. I don't know. I guess y'all weren't on those live streams because I had a few of them. Said had solid things behind it. Partnership could, you know, definitely be one. Utility. It has to solve a problem. That is first and foremost. First and foremost, y'all, if you sit here and tell me, Leona, you should be buying such and such coin, okay, what problem does it solve? If you over here, to me, I'll be like, what? Why are you buying it? You can't even tell me what problem it solves. I had someone come out here and tell me that, oh yeah, you have you invested in Dogecoin? I was like, for what? What do I need to invest in it for? I was like, I told you I'm not a meme coin person. You know what I'm saying? as a serious investor, I'm investing in the things that have shown and proved. It's been stable. It's bounced back. But number one, in a crypto market, it solves a problem. That's number one. All that other stuff is cool. What problem does it solve? Because that's going to tell me that at some point, okay, it's going to continue to increase in value because the goal is for it to solve a problem. Right. So you're talking about XRP, cross-border payments and settlement. Right? XLM does the same thing. Welcome, Mike. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Chick Acting Out. Right? Thank you for the share of the Observer. I see you. Right? Mama Duke. Come on, Mama Dukes. So thank you so very much for the rose. Look. Hold on. I'm pinning. Okay? So we definitely need to see use case. Okay? It needs to solve a problem. The other thing we need to see is longevity. Has this particular crypto project been around, crashed, rebounded, and come out higher after that rebound? Like it's made back what it lost, but now it's come out higher. Give me an example of a cryptocurrency that has crashed and burned, rebounded, and then created a new high afterwards. Thank you so very much for the donut. I appreciate you, Jimmy. Name one in the chat real quick. What cryptocurrency do you know of that has been around for at least the last 5 years that has crashed and burned, child? Like price has dropped dramatically, 70, 80%. And then bounced back, recovered that 70, 80% loss, and went higher. BTC, ETH, come on. BTC, XRP took a long time, but yes. Right? So, off rip, we have 3 from the chat, not Leona, from the chat that at least meets one thing that we're looking for, which is longevity. It has survived the market crash. It has rebounded and then created a new all-time high. Now, you speaking music to my ears. There we go. Okay. Now, not only that, like I said, the number one thing is we needed to have a use. What problem does it solve? Okay. Number 3, we need to see that it has a strong community backing it. For my people who have been XRP folks, y'all already know. Tell everybody, my XRP Army folks, tell everybody why a crypto project should have a strong community. Go ahead, type it in the chat. Talk with Terry. I see you. Welcome. Oh, Phantom B said BNB. Yeah, okay. So go ahead, type in the chat. Go ahead. This y'all time to shine. This y'all time. Anytime this is what I'm saying. When I ask for XRP, when I ask y'all to talk about XRP, okay, say trust. That's what user 925 says. Okay? Come on, where my XRP army at? Where my XRP army? This y'all opportunity. Don't type a paragraph, man. Just give me one sentence real quick. I know y'all are super analytical, okay? And y'all like to get down into it and go in a rabbit hole and stuff. We don't need a rabbit hole right now. I need one quick sentence as to why we should see a dedicated community behind a crypto project. Todd Terry said, I'm Litecoin. Okay, you're the first one I have had in here that has not been XRP and is like pro something else. Everybody else that come in here, they're just XRP. Now, okay, XRP Army, see, now I done gave y'all a chance. You know what I'm saying? Now when I ask, This is what I be talking about with XRP folks. When I ask y'all to chime in, y'all give me crickets. When I ain't ask you nothing, y'all asking me about XRP. Did you talk about XRP? What you think about XRP? What about the price of XRP? Y'all ask me all these irrelevant questions. But when I'm asking you to talk about XRP, it's crickets. So I'm about to start muting y'all XRP folks. Okay. Phantom on YT said can show reliability. Thank you, Phantom. Thank you. XRP is not flying now. Hey, listen, I'm not XRP army, and I'm not here to talk about XRP like negative. Okay, because I invest in, baby. I wanted to win. Okay, Sunshine and I said Sunshine Anderson, child. Sorry, that's the thing. Sunshine said due diligence. XRP community does research and share it. Okay, I don't hold XRP, but I root for that community. Okay. Zuma said I'm a beginner, so I have no clue. Thank you for that. I appreciate the transparency. Jermaine, thank you so very much for liking the video, the live. Okay, but yeah, so when it has what Phantom on YT said, when they show that they have a really solid, dedicated community, it shows reliability in that particular project, right? And then on top of that, y'all, it for me personally, I have respect for the XRP community because I'm like, I've never seen any community like this, like outside of the music industry. Like I've never seen. I promise. I kid y'all not. I kind of equate y'all to like the Beehive. Truth be told, because baby, you talk about music, Beyonce name gonna come up. And it's like, wait, what? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all talking about? We talking about something totally different, got doggone genre of music, and you bringing up Beyonce. What she got to do with the conversation? Like that. And then they drop receipts. They got stuff from 10 years ago and all kind of stuff, right? Like it's ridiculous, you know. Yeah. I don't know how you came on here and you was doing good. Strong community promotes the need for a use case and therefore will create longevity. Yes, there's some meme coin communities out there that are strong too. I hear you, Jimmy, but I'm not a meme coin person. So I'm good. You know, I don't knock anybody. Okay, I don't. My suggestion though is for any, and again, this is a suggestion. Okay, because I'm not a financial advisor. But my suggestion is for beginners coming into this market to start with the crypto projects that have shown they can withstand the storms. Okay. And those are the three of, probably 5 or so that we talked about tonight, or that you all have mentioned in the chat. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. For sure. And even though I can't stand Solana because I've lost all trust in Solana, Solana has, been bouncing back. With outages, bounce back. Now part of that lawsuit, they still holding on. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I just say that's a suggestion. Solana. That's the one I was talking about, Joe. Welcome, Mara. Thank you so very much for the follow. Okay. Zbeck, I don't know much about that, so I can't comment on that, but that's what's being typed in YT as well. ZEBEC. That was something else that was typed. I don't know much about that, so I can't say yay or nay on that. They got some ways to go. They need more validators. Yeah, I'm telling you, like Solana, I was holding Solana. I started buying in 2021, I believe, towards the beginning of 2021. And after those outages, like I stayed after 2. Once that third one happened, and then I think that one was days, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on. I got it. Y'all are still new. Whatever. I'm out. Like, I just didn't want to deal with it. Thank you so very much. Welcome, OG Chris. I see you. I was like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Sunshine said, I traded my Solana for H bar. I'm telling you, like, I'm done. For now, until they prove otherwise. Zbic is a great project. Okay, cool. Jimmy said I have Solana for gas. Makes sense. That makes sense. Have it for to cover those gas fees. Yeah. So that's it, y'all. I don't want to veer off too much off of what we were talking about, but I just wanted to put that out there. Like when we're talking about getting into this market, it's not about go do this, go buy that. I don't teach like that. Welcome, Left Brain. I don't teach like that personally. I'm here to help raise your awareness. So if there's something you don't know and I know, I want to make sure I share it, because there have been people that have come on here that have shared stuff with me, like Zbit, which I need to write that down. Because I know nothing about that, truth be told. But I have my list of things that I'm solid on. You know what I'm saying? And if I get rid of something and I say, hey, this is what I want to, change it for, then got it. Life with Angie, thank you so very much for the follow. Hey, Left Brain, thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate you. Said they haven't gone down. They haven't gone down, period. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know much about it. So like I said, I just wrote it down. So that way that's part of my homework for the weekend. Welcome, AJ. Okay. So here's how we're going to work on researching these tokenized RWAs. Oh, you said E. Okay, I got you. My bad. Zbek is on Solana blockchain. Oh shoot, with here. Scratch that off my list. I'm scratching Zbek. Scratch that off. You talking about Solana? I'm good. I'm out. Tap out. Shoot. Again, I'm not here to tell anybody not to invest in anything. I just, after them 3 outages, I was done. Okay. They got some work to do in order to rebuild my trust. All right. But if you're like, hey, I'm Team Solana, kudos to you. I'm up on Solana. Kudos to you. All right. Good job. It's just not for Leona. Okay. Now, okay, so we're gonna do a little checklist to help us with researching these different tokenized real world assets. Okay. Hopefully y'all are ready. Okay. So before you put your money into any tokenized asset, any tokenized RWA, either in 2026 or any year moving forward, okay? I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Now, if you already have your own checklist and you know what you're looking for and stuff, that's cool, okay? That's cool. Y'all can type some of your stuff in the chat for those of you, the SRP Army that was already involved in or is already involved in tokenized RWAs. Put your stuff in there, like some of the things you look for, okay? That can help somebody else out. Jimmy said research, conviction, positioning, and patience is key in this game. Yes, patience is definitely key. All right, so number one question you can ask yourself, or just when you're doing the research, okay, what real world asset is this connected to? So we're talking about tokenized RWAs. What real world asset is this connected to? So is it real estate? Is it bonds? Is it art? What is it? Okay. Is it connected to like your music royalties? What is it connected to? Okay, that's number one. I'm gonna read the question again because I had to give myself some notes so I don't forget. Welcome, Mari. I see you. What real world asset is it connected to? Okay, that's one of the questions you can ask yourself before you put any money into any tokenized assets. Okay, so what you're going to ask yourself is, okay, if I can't explain what it is in one sentence, more than likely I'm not ready. Y'all, that's the same thing with investing in crypto projects, right? If you can't explain what problem this crypto project solves, you should not be investing in it at this moment. Welcome, Mike. Am I right or wrong? For my people who are experienced in this market, if you're investing in the stock market, if you can't, if you don't know anything about that company, you don't know who the CEO is, you have no idea what's going on with that company, right? You don't know anything about their financials, but you put your money, you're talking about putting your money into it. You should not be putting your money into anything you cannot explain and that you do not understand. Everybody got it? Okay. So number one, when we are looking to invest in these tokenized, right? Say gold, silver, oil. Okay. Then they are gambling. What you talking about? Who's gambling? Type it in the chat for me on YT. I missed it. Okay. So so he said I can explain Bitcoin. There you go. As long as you can explain it, you know what problem it's solving, you know why you're investing in it, right? That's part one. Okay. Next is, who is the issuer of this tokenized asset? Okay. Who created it? Do they have accountability? Honest to God, can they be trusted? Okay. Like, we need to know. Here's another reason for me why I decided to back out of Solana. It wasn't just the outages that played a really huge part of it, but the other part was there was rumblings of shady business with the creators, with the team. And so if we talking about, thank you so very much for the confetti, Jimmy, I appreciate you. Right? Boom! What's going on, BK Crypto? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Okay. If we are sitting here and I'm hearing stuff about the team, they doing shady, they got some shady business going on, and you having outages back to back. Yo, I got I got sirens going off. Screw a red flag. I got sirens going off for me. So it's the same thing when we're talking about these. Thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate you, BK Crypto. You say happy boom year. I love it. I love it. Right? It's the same thing when it comes to these tokenized RWAs. We want to know about who is issuing these things out. Okay? Now, I know some people gonna have something to say. I don't care. But it just reminds me of, when a certain person that is sitting in the seat here in the United States, the largest position, the biggest position, the most powerful position that we have. And I know, right? You've been over here for how long? And this your first time getting a heart me? Shoot. I'm just joking. I kid. But a certain person sitting in the highest, the biggest position, the most powerful position here in the United States and in the world, sat here and dropped this meme coin, and it plummeted. Not even 24 hours after. But look at the history of this person with business. Again, I got it. There's going to be some people that's going to just blindly follow. Thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. There are going to be some people that's going to blindly follow certain individuals that they just really want to blindly follow. I hear you. I don't understand it, but I hear you. I'm personally not about to put my money behind something when I know historically that person has not had good business practices and has left people that he's owed high and dry. Like, why would I put my money behind that? Same thing here. When you are considering investing in these tokenized RWAs, look into the company. I mentioned to y'all about BlackRock and Templeton. Those are the two that have come up consistently when I have researched tokenized real world assets. So if I'm constantly seeing these two, guess who I'm going to research? I'm going to research those two. I need to know about the CEO, the team. I need to know why they're doing it. I need to know. So if I'm saying, hey, look, this sounds interesting to me, then guess what? I'm running it. If I say, nope, this isn't for me, then I push pause and I go on and do whatever I was going to do with something else. Right? Like, that's it. Okay? Solana was a birth child by VCs and FTX. It was made to pump and dump. I'm not saying, all I'm saying is I remember I was hearing a whole lot of rumblings in 2022. That's all I'm saying. So that's what life teaches and wants from us to follow, not lead. Listen, we can learn from other people's mistakes, for sure. I'm good on those. Okay. Go DJ Unstoppable said he said they didn't do a good job, so he don't pay. Please. You can't sit here and say that about everything and you go bankrupt how many times? At some point, it's not the other people. But hey, he can go off, do what he do. At the end of the day, I'm still studying him because I'm curious as to how in the world you've been able to do all of this bad, right? And then, now granted, he's done some great things. He's made some good moves prior to presidency and whatnot. But I'm just saying, for me, as character flaw, I don't rock with you. But from an investor standpoint, I'm curious as to how in the world you have amassed this type of wealth. So yeah, I'm going to study. I don't have to like you as a person to study you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just wouldn't invest in you. Absolutely not. I'm not putting my money behind somebody that I'm like, yeah, I can't rock with you. If CNBC is talking about or pushing Solana, it's not the look. Look at what. Dang. Okay. Thank you, Dog Man, for the follow. SRP is partnered with Ondo. Ondo is partnered with BlackRock, working on RWAs. Okay. SRP will is the king of what? Carlito's way, big facts. Folks don't understand that part. Thank you. So look, at this point, like I said, the whole point of all of this, y'all, is to raise awareness. You know what I'm saying? Raise awareness. We just raise awareness here. You go, you have the information, and you know where to start looking for whatever it is that you're interested in. Okay. Tron. Okay. I don't know what y'all talking about over here on YT. Mari, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yes, awareness. That is what we're doing, raising awareness. Okay. Now, next thing you want to ask yourself, okay, where is this tokenized asset held? All right. Who verifies the ownership? Thank you, Julius, for the follow. I appreciate you. Right? Like, how do we know this asset actually exists? So the reason why I brought up those two names again is because when I was doing my research just about tokenized RWAs in general, those two names kept coming up. BlackRock, Templeton. BlackRock, Templeton. BlackRock, Templeton. Those are the two that just kept coming up over and over and over again. Okay? Carlito's Way, thank you so very much for sharing. I appreciate you. Go DJ Unstoppable said it's held on Robinhood. What's held on Robinhood? What specifically is held on Robinhood? Please type it in the chat for us to know. Thank you, Morondo, for joining. I see you, Packer Jack. Welcome. Thank you so very much for the follow. Hey, Jap, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, CJ. Welcome, Elvin. I see you. Okay. Welcome, JJ Shields. So we need to make sure that we know what this is, where it exists, how can we buy it? Okay. Number 4, what are the rights of you as a token holder? So do you actually own something, or do you just have access to it? Again, I'm bringing up crypto ETFs as an example because I had this question. Welcome, Jermaine. Welcome, Fowler. So I had this question come up. hey, so when I buy a crypto ETF, like let's say I buy the Bitcoin ETF, crypto ETF, like do I actually own Bitcoin? And I made sure to let them know, no, you do not actually own Bitcoin. You have access to the collective, the collection that that company has of Bitcoin. So let's say that you buy IBIT, because that's BlackRock, right? That's BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. So if you buy shares of IBIT, you're just buying shares. You're buying access to it, but you don't own it. You only own the asset when you have, in the crypto space, when you have the seed phrases, the private keys, the recovery phrases, whichever term you want to use. Okay? It's typically a series of like 12 words. All right? So you don't technically own it unless you have that. If you don't have that, baby, you don't own it. So with these tokenized RWAs, you need to find out in your research, what rights do you have as a holder? If I'm going to buy some of BlackRock's treasury, right? The tokenized treasury, right? If I'm going to buy some, what does that look like for me as an investor? Is this something that I should be putting my money behind? Okay. Or do I just have it in a brokerage and then I can leverage it, like, I can borrow against it, so on and so forth, right? Say ETF and banking crypto is just paper. Stock market is just paper, but you can borrow against it. Okay. That's why when people sit here and tell me, oh, well, I invest in the stock market, I ain't doing the crypto. Okay, you don't have to do the crypto. But I'm not gonna dog out the stock market because I'm heavy into crypto. No, because I invest in what? Stocks as well. But both of them, if you look at it, both of them are digital. Okay? Both of them are. I can't hold the stocks that I own in my hand, just like I can't hold the Bitcoin in my hand. Same. Okay? So CM Malone says, so if you buy through Robinhood, you buy the crypto outright. You do buy it, and then once you buy it from Robinhood, Malone, you need to move it to either a hot wallet, which is like an app on your phone, or a cold wallet, which could be a thumb drive, like a USB, okay? Or they have the cards now, like they look like credit cards, debit cards, okay? So there you go. But again, you have to make sure that you actually have access to it, because even if you leave it on Robinhood, it's not, yeah, you bought it, but anything can happen. If they get hacked, right? Because there have been exchanges that have been hacked. If they get hacked and your wallet is part of it, or your you have that particular asset, guess what? You probably gonna lose out too. Okay, so I would rather, if something happened, I know it's because I didn't do something. That's just it, but that's me. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, some of these, dang it. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, some of these have DeFi wallets now. Yeah, Jimmy, we talking to beginners. I told y'all, you probably weren't on here, but we don't use terminology, crypto terminology that beginners don't understand. Like, what is CEX? Does a beginner know what CEX mean? Does a beginner know what DeFi mean? Now, if you want to, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So for the individuals that are like, asking the question of like, can I own it if I buy off of Robinhood? Yes, you have bought it, but you don't technically own it until you move it to a hot wallet, which is like an app on your phone. Y'all can type a few hot wallets in the chat for me real quick. Those of you that have been involved in the crypto market for a minute, type a few hot wallets in the chat. And then I'm going to ask you to type cold wallets in the chat after that. Hot wallets first, though. These are easy for a beginner to go on, download, test it, see how user-friendly it is, beginner-friendly it is, or not. And if they don't want to use it anymore, guess what? They can remove it from their phone. They can remove it from their laptop. Okay? Hot wallet first, y'all. Hot wallet first. And then we're going to talk about cold wallet again. Okay? I got you, Joe. We about to do it. Hot wallet first, y'all. Okay? So the reason why I'm saying hot wallet first is because, like I said, it's an app on your phone. It's an app on your laptop, okay? So what I could do is, like, I use Exodus. That is my primary hot wallet, okay? I use a hot wallet like a checking account, okay? Most of us have a checking account that we only use that for bills, okay? Our monthly expenses. Every month, money comes out of our account to pay for X, Y, and Z. Thank you so very much for the gold boxing gloves. I appreciate you, Jimmy. Right? Thank you for putting those in there. Okay? So the hot wallet, all right, is the app on your phone. It's the app on your laptop computer. You actually get the here we go again. I got you. You come in like that, guess where you go? Block City. Okay? When you use the hot wallet, you actually get those seed phrases, the recovery phrases. Okay, you get that immediately. All right, you just have to go to the actual wallet and then locate it. But the reason why I'm telling new people to test out different hot wallets is because now you can get familiar with how to maneuver on these crypto platforms, these crypto wallets. Okay. We would not store for the long term on a hot wallet because, again, I said it's a checking account. That's how I use it. Okay. So I know that here soon I'm going to be sending money. I'm going to be buying something. I'm going to be sending something. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing with the hot wallet. A cold wallet, for Mr. Joe and anyone else that was thinking that a cold wallet is for, and I saw y'all put them in there. Thank you. Oh, my bad. And they said Zaman too, especially for my XRP people. Zaman is spelled Xaman. Xaman. Okay. And I believe, oh, okay, Coinbase wallet is now called Base. I didn't know that because I don't have it anymore. I don't use it. But Coinbase has a hot wallet that's called Base now. Okay. Y'all can fact check that. I didn't know that they changed the name. So there's that. Okay. Welcome to Realist. Okay. So cold wallet is like a thumb drive. Like you put it in a USB port, right? You have Ledger is one of them. Okay. And then you have some that look like credit cards and debit cards now. What he already mentioned it, Tangem. There you go. So Mama Deuce put in some of the cold wallets that you can research before you consider buying. Decent is another cold wallet. DCENT. I've been seeing that on my lives a bit more recently, so I'm actually going to research that. As a matter of fact, let me write that down. What I do. Okay, so yes, I've been seeing Decent a bit more frequently. All right, so yeah, so you can research these and then see which one seems a bit more comfortable for you. But here's what I tell y'all, especially like I said this earlier, he put it in there. Jimmy put it in there. I was about to say, he said specifically don't buy them on eBay. Please do not buy your cold wallets on any third-party platform. Only buy them directly from the manufacturer. I'm going to keep saying that because I know there are people who are just coming here, okay, that were not here earlier when I said it. So I got to repeat it, okay? So there y'all go. Yep, she put it in there. Buy directly from the company. All right. Do not buy from any other third party because there's a possibility that they have access to your keys. And if they have access to your keys, guess what happens to your digital assets when you put them on there? And you think you're storing them for the future generations. They're going to come in there and snatch them up. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. You just lost your money. So please, I know it's going to be somebody because it's always somebody when people are being warned of stuff. Someone has to learn the hard way. I hope it's nobody on here watching this live or the replay, but please, y'all, for your sake, only buy your cold wallets directly from the manufacturer. Okay. Now, Mambo Land said something that I brought up on Tuesday, and I've said it multiple times. Go DJ, come on, quit playing with us. You know you got money. You know you got some money. Talking about some, thank God I have no money to take. You telling stories over here. Jimmy said even the most experienced traders make dumbest mistakes. Yeah, no, listen, we're human beings. Okay? And this is why I keep saying it over and over again, because we learn through repetition. But there's always going to be someone that says, I mean, I know what you're saying, but I'm going to get it faster and it's cheaper over here. I'm telling y'all, don't let the faster, cheaper fool you. Get it from the manufacturer, please. Okay? If you want to just give away money, okay, I could send you my digital at my wallet address, and you can just send it to me if you just want to give it away. Okay. Now, if you're not in the giving away business, get it from the manufacturer only. Now, what I was gonna say is, because I've said this multiple times, y'all, if you're like you're scared to move your crypto from, let's say, you got Robinhood and you purchased some Bitcoin on Robinhood, okay? If you're scared to move all of it because you're not comfortable with moving it, do small amounts at a time, okay? Or at least do one small move. So, of course, like I said, for us, $10, okay? Right? So you can move 10. Thank you so very much for the rose. Go DJ. I appreciate it. He said you could take these TikTok coins. Yo, that's crazy. But yeah, so what you could do is you can make a small transaction, right? So instead of sending, let's say you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. Thank you so very much for the bear, Jimmy. I appreciate you. So instead of sending, the full 1,000, right? Just send like $10, $20 worth of that particular crypto. Okay, whatever you're comfortable with, like you're not gonna miss it. So that's why I said like $10, right? As long as the fees are not outrageous. Okay, now if the fees is gonna eat up what you about to send, then use something else. Send something else that the fees are cheaper, okay, and you can still do that test send, right? But yes, so do a small transaction first, so that way you can get comfortable with even sending it to your hot and your cold wallet, okay? And if you were to make a mistake, between the copying and the pasting, okay, if you were to make a mistake, it would be a small mistake and not a catastrophic one, because you don't know where all of your digital assets went to, okay? Joe said when you buy the least expensive, you get the least expensive. Take the low bidder, inspect them. Okay, just got Tangent and it was pretty easy. That's good. Okay, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Okay, welcome, Pops. I see you. Welcome, Elisa Rochelle. All right, so yeah, so that's that spiel. We went over wallets again. That's the second time we don't went over it today. Welcome, John. Welcome, Ronnie. Okay, so yeah, so we went over things that we're supposed to ask ourselves, questions we're supposed to ask ourselves before we put money into tokenized real world assets. Okay, so the first one was, what real world asset is this connected to? That was the first one for my people who just joined. The second one, welcome, Martin. Thank you, official Monique, for the follow. I do, Jimmy. Go ahead and type your recommendations in the chat. because I love reading. Welcome, Peach Marie. Okay. Number 2, I said to ask yourself, who is the issuer? Okay. Who is telling you, or who are you going to be buying this tokenized RWA from? Thank you so very much for the follow. Instant Masculinity Grooming. That is a long name, but thank you. Welcome, James. Okay. The third question you should consider asking yourself is, where is this tokenized RWA held? Who verifies ownership of this? Fourth thing is, what are the rights of you as a holder of this tokenized RWA? This is my name. Welcome. Okay. Number 5. What are the fees? What are the fees? Okay. You need to know that fees can change behavior because they create frustration and regret later. So you need to know what those fees are up front. I'll give you an example. We're going back to crypto ETFs. So welcome, Julius. Thank you, Tari okay, Tari, thank you for the follow, because I don't want to butcher it. So I give you another example about fees, right? So I remember when I first started buying into crypto ETFs. This is before they were called crypto ETFs. I was holding GBTC, is Grayscale's Bitcoin, right? But it was called Bitcoin Trust at the time. So anyway, I was holding this back in 2021. That's when I got introduced to it. Okay. I did not know about annual expense ratios. Okay. Because at that time, I wasn't even holding ETFs in my stock portfolio. I had specific companies, right? I didn't know about ETFs at the time because I was learning on my own. I was teaching myself. I was following Warren Buffett, and then I was buying certain things that I knew at the time I could afford, so I could buy more shares of those things, right? So anyway, so I didn't know about ETFs. Don't judge me, because at some point you was a beginner in something too, okay? So I bought Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust at the time, and this is in 2021, and I didn't know about the fees that come with an ETF. So when they became a Bitcoin ETF in 2024, welcome Light, welcome Ben, I learned that Grayscale has the highest annual expense ratio out of every single Bitcoin ETF available here in the United States. And I said, what the heck? Why? Say the Truth About Crypto by Rick Edelman is a good book. Okay, thank you. I'm going to write that down, because I told you I love to read. But yeah, so I sat here and I learned that after the fact, right? Oops, not a K. I spelled it wrong. I learned about that after the fact, and so I was mad because I'm like, oh my God, I wish I would have known this. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? The people that were hyping me up, these millionaires that were like, yeah, such made, because we in this big estate in Orlando, and they, oh yeah, such and such. We all knew who the person was. Such and such just told me and showed me that he made $1 million off of this Bitcoin trust and this Ethereum trust. And I'm like, dang, what's that? So I start researching. I'm like, okay, bet. I want to go ahead because I'm already holding Bitcoin and Ethereum anyway. So in my mind, I'm like, that's 2 ways that I can make money from the same thing. But again, what they did not tell me was there are fees associated with it, and that Grayscale has higher fees than other platforms or companies that are doing a similar thing. So here's why: once BlackRock dropped and then the prices went down a bit, that's when I started buying shares of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, right? But you don't know what you don't know until someone raises your awareness on it. So this is why going into this with these tokenized RWAs, we need to do the research to see what fees are associated with us being a holder of that particular tokenized RWA. Say the logic of crypto. Okay? You don't want to have that regret or that feeling of frustration or being mad or angry. You don't want all that, especially later on down the line. Just say, you know what? I researched it. I was willing to take that risk. And now this is where I am. Welcome, James. Okay. Number 6, can you sell it easily? Okay. Can you sell this tokenized RWA easily, or are you locked in it for some years? Is there a time frame that they're saying, hey, look, you can't sell for X amount of months, X amount of years? Now, for me personally, okay, if I'm doing like bonds, then I already know that that's long term. Okay, I already know. If it's treasury bills, right? Well, I know that typically treasury bills, that's short term. Okay, cool. If it's real estate, what's the timeline for that? Is there a certain amount of time that I have to hold it, or if I'm ready to sell, I could just sell? Welcome, Shawnee. Okay, that's another question to ask. Okay, gotcha, Jimmy. Thank you. Okay, and then the next question is to ask, what's the risk? What's the risk story they're selling you? Okay, so if it's all about future and this is what's coming and there's no fundamentals to it, okay, to help you to understand, that's a signal for you to take your time, push pause, and then you might want to wait. Okay, you said that both on Amazon. Thank you very much, Jimmy. So the logic of crypto. Hold on. Let me ping you real quick so other people can see it. I'm trying to write it down, so y'all give me a second. All right, I got it. Okay, so everybody got that, right? We have a few questions to ask ourselves before we put money into these tokenized RWAs. Okay, so pretty much for us, we can look at this like, you know what? If this is a clear opportunity, then I can just move forward. Okay. If I'm looking like, nah, it's just a good story, they're not giving me any fundamentals. There's no real deal way for me to make money with this. I can't sell fast or sell easily or whatever. The fees are too high. If there's too many, I would say, negatives associated with that particular tokenized RWA, then you just push pause and then move on and invest in whatever you've been investing in. Okay. So that's it. That's all. All right. Homework time, y'all. Homework. Welcome, Old Stone 97. I appreciate you. CSA, my bad. Let me read this. Mumbo Land said, I know we like Amazon, but do not buy your cold wallet from there and never get one as a gift from someone. That's a good point. Buy your own. Y'all never get, thank you, because I haven't said that. As a matter of fact, because I know I said don't buy from a third party, but I have never said don't accept one as a gift too. Anthony Whitehead, welcome. Y'all, that's a good point. Thank you, Mambo Land. Do not accept a cold wallet from someone as a gift. I don't care who the person is. Buy it yourself. Okay? Because I sure didn't say that. I've said everything else. Okay? Yeah. Mambo Land got us together. I appreciate it. Because that show did not cross my mind. You know, I wouldn't do it, but I didn't say it out loud. So, best to say it out loud. Okay? All right. So homework time, y'all. Okay. So we talked about how crypto is a part of our everyday life. We went over that in the beginning. And then I've also gone over tokenized real world assets. Welcome, Baby Fed. Thank you so very much for liking the live. Okay. We've gone over that as well. So here's your homework. Again, as of right now, the goal is not to buy anything. We are going to do research. Y'all, one of my favorite things to do and say now is collect data. whether we have been right or wrong in the past. Right now, 2026, thank you for the follow, Jimmy. Right now, 2026, our focus is collecting data. We want to collect data, apply the data, like to help us put together a plan and so on and so forth, right? And as we apply the data and execute it how we are intending to execute it, we get the results. And then guess what? We analyze that data. And that data should tell us if we should proceed forward or push pause. Okay? This, y'all, when we have the mentality of just going into the market and collecting data, what this does is help remove emotion. So if you feel like at this moment, if you believe you are a very emotional investor and you know it has not helped you, switch. It's going to take practice, but the focus is collect data. Type it in the chat. 2026, I'm collecting data. 2026, I'm collecting data. Don't worry about if you get stuff right or wrong right now. 2026 is about collecting data. Okay? This helps you. It's going to take some time, y'all. Okay? That's right, the observer. 2026, I'm collecting data. Okay? So this way you can minimize over time, you just chipping away at that emotional attachment to certain things. So I get smarter when I'm on your lives 2026. I'm collecting data. That's what's up. I love it. Yes. Welcome, JC. I see you. No emotional investing. That's right, Jimmy. We're not doing that. Okay? So with this homework, we're collecting data. Thank you, Jimmy. Okay? So here's the homework, y'all. Okay? I want you to pick when you go Google tokenized real world assets. I want you to Google it. Okay, it's going to give you the different types of tokenized real world assets. We talked about a few of them already. We talked about real estate. I talked about bonds. They have them for treasury bills. They have them for music royalties, art, so on. Okay, huh? Oh yeah, metals. Wait, that's official now. Okay. There you go. See, XRP, XRP. I told y'all XRP people are something else.
We're smart.
But no, seriously. So go just Google, okay, tokenized real world assets, okay, and whichever type comes up that you want to research, that's the one you're going to pick. Okay. All right. So when you pick it, so whatever it is, thank you so very much for the follow, Damia. Okay, welcome Ed, welcome Carlos. So when you pick it, whichever one it is, okay, now you're going to answer these 3 questions with the research you do. Okay, so number 1, what is the real world asset? Okay, so my husband just mentioned gold. I'm going to research because I hold physical gold. I trade gold. I'm like, if there's a third way I can make money with gold, I'm about to do it. You know what I'm saying? I have physical gold. That's one way. I trade it. That's another way. If I could do this too, that's 3 ways I can make money from one asset. Why would I not do that? Thank you so very much for the heart, me Dami. I appreciate you. Thank you, JC, for the follow. Okay. So what is the real world asset? That's the first question you want to answer. Write it down. Okay. The second question you're going to ask once you identify through Google which one you're going to research. Okay. And through which company you're going to consider investing from, right? What rights does the token holder actually have? Meaning, if I buy this tokenized gold from, I'm just throwing BlackRock out there because BlackRock is, so if I buy this tokenized gold from BlackRock, right? Where can I get it from? What rights do I have? Do I Do I actually own physical gold, or is it just me having shares in what they already hold? Does that make sense? Okay. I need the answers to that, so that way I can decide if I want to move forward with it, or if I want to say nah. Okay. So that's number 2. What rights does the token holder, what rights do I have as an investor of this tokenized real world asset? Welcome, Lee. Okay. Number 3, last question, is what's one risk that could break the story? So not necessarily saying, so what's one risk that you're not willing to take with this? Okay. Whatever it is, if you're like, nope, I don't like it, that's not for me, then it's not for you. Okay. Like, it has to be something that's going to make or break your decision to invest in that particular tokenized RWA. Okay. So those are the 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself and answer as you do the research on that one particular tokenized RWA. Okay. If you can't answer those 3 questions calmly, okay, reasonably, all right, you're not ready. And that's okay. I don't want anyone to feel like you have to rush. There's no rush. You're not too late. I was food service, OG Chris, 92 golf. The third question was, what's one risk that could break the deal for you? So what's one thing that if it was said as a risk for you to invest in that tokenized RWA, where you're like, absolutely not, I can't do that. I'm not willing to take that risk for this reward. Okay. All right. So again, 3 questions to ask yourself. First part of your homework is to pick one tokenized asset. Okay. One RWA, tokenized RWA, real world asset. All right. Pick one, whether that's, like I said, they have them for real estate, they have them for gold, they have them for art, they have it for bonds, treasury bills. Pick one. Okay. And then also, when you do that, look into the companies that are promoting it. Okay. And when you do that, and hey, and if you already know, like Jimmy said, he'll pass. Listen, if you already know you're not into tokenized RWAs, then just know, hey, I learned something, but I see that it's not for me, and that's cool. Okay. Thank you so very much for the chili and for the rose, Jimmy. I appreciate you. Okay. Again, because this is all to help raise our awareness. It's not to say you have to invest in it. You should be investing in it. No. There were people who said they didn't know that it even existed. They didn't know what it was. That's the whole point of this. Raise your awareness. Okay? All right? So, what is the real world asset? That's the question to ask yourself. 2, what rights do you as the holder of that tokenized RWA, what rights do you actually have? That's what's up, quarterbaster. I see you. What is up? Yep. So guess what I'm about to do? Follow. I do that with all my military folks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyone going NDA? Wait, what? Hey, I see you. Thank you so very much for joining. I am Shanae. What's up? What's up? People need to do research on this. Yeah, look, all it is, y'all, is we're just doing research. That's it. That's all. I'm not telling anyone to buy anything, because legally I cannot do that, because I'm not a financial advisor yet. But yeah, just research it. See if it's something that you're interested in. If you're like, nah, it's not for me, then it's not for you. Okay? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the live too. So yeah. So that's it. Okay? Now, if this is for you, do the homework. If you already know it's not for you, don't do it. Okay? Jimmy said I was IA and to a National Guard MP unit once upon a time. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you for liking. Okay, So that's it, y'all. That's all I have. I just wanted to make sure that, I put it out there for everybody. These are some things that, are out there and available to us. For the people who were like, I don't understand what's the big deal about crypto. I talked about how it's a part of our everyday life earlier in the live, places that you can go to actually see, to see how different companies allow you to purchase. Oh, okay. To see how to purchase, cryptocurrency, and also how to purchase products from them with cryptocurrency through gift cards and also, direct paying. Okay. And now y'all know about tokenized RWAs. Okay. Okay. You told me already. What are we doing?
Just make sure.
No. See what I'm saying? XRP people. It's just extra for no reason. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, that's it, y'all. What's going on, Pablito? Welcome. So that's it, y'all. That's all I have. Tomorrow, for my people who were here on Monday, I'm coming back tomorrow. We're doing the second chapter of The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, so this is when Arcad is officially in the building, and so we're going to talk about how the tradition, well, not the traditional, but how in those times how investing worked, and then compare it to today, how we can apply it to today. So for the people who missed it on Monday, but you're curious, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. If you can listen, that would be great. If you're like, nah, Leon, I'm at work, I can't even tune in, that's cool. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Pablito. Okay. And for the heart me, I appreciate you. So I'll be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. That's 11 a.m. for my West Coast folks. Again, we're going over the second chapter of The Richest Man in Babylon and how we can apply the lessons from there and the principles from that book to today, especially as investors in 2026. Okay. So yeah. So that's it. That's all. Y'all have a really great night. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you only want to talk about crypto, I'll be back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and that's 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay. So I'm gonna leave y'all my favorite quote. And that is from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe. And he said to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a great night, great weekend. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.